Good morning, every pony. It is I, the Athletic Brony, Prince Rolly, otherwise known as Harmonight, and welcome all to the Content Creating Workhorses panel. First panel of the day at this year's Seaquestria Fest. Is anybody awake right now? Still asleep. Oh my gosh. So, for those y'all who are new to this panel, we are a bunch of content creators who do some independent content creating on YouTube for a little bit of a short or long-term period, depending on, each other. And we're here to give you guys a little bit of a 101 on, the ins and outs of YouTube. And towards the end, we'll also do a little bit of a Q&A, so be sure to get your questions ready. But before we begin, I just want to ask you guys, real quick, can you give us like a little bit of a recap from like last year? Has anything like changed like over the years and stuff in terms of content creating? Like any milestones?
I'm getting really close to 1,000 subscribers, so it'd be really awesome if I could reach that goal this year.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I completely forgot. Introductions.
Oh, yeah. I'm Spotted Tail 2017. I've been on YouTube for about 4 years now, and I do stuff like PMV, song covers. I've mainly been doing speed paints on my channel right now, and right now, this is actually also really new too. I am working on my first audio drama, which I will talk about in a panel in the waiting pool at 11 a.m. today. So come check it out if you want to hear all the ins and outs of what goes on with those kind of projects.
And like I said, I am the Athletic Brony, Prince Rolly, otherwise known as Harmonight, and I have been doing content creating work for now over 7 years, since 2017, and I currently am actually just hit 1,000 subscribers. Literally, actually the day after my birthday, February 26th. So that was actually pretty nuts. Like before it was like 993, and all of a sudden the next day I gained 8 subscribers, and I'm like, well, thanks for the late show up, guys. It would have been nice if it was on my 25th, but okay. Okay, 25 on 25, but I'll take it. Better late than never. Better late than never.
Exactly. That's a great milestone to reach.
Yes. Oh my gosh, because now I can finally get monetized, which, by the way, we're going to be talking about that real quick. But yeah, and it's just been great. And also, my most popular video has even reached 100,000 views, which that was also pretty nuts.
That's awesome.
And pretty good.
Yes. I am Blue Star Brony. I do reaction videos, reviews, analysis, a little bit of everything.
Oh yeah, I've also started doing reaction videos to different smaller audio dramas that have been going on around. So if you want to check those out, like I'm currently in the process of reacting to Corrupted Consequences by Flutterpaws. It's a really good audio drama. I suggest that you check it out.
Yeah, but as I mentioned before, like the my channel's performance has just been like sporadically growing. In fact, that number of my current count, 1087, that's actually now wrong. It's actually now 1090. I'm just 10 subs away from my first 100 to 2K. So
nice.
It's also, and like I said, the growth in views has just been pretty sporadic and hit the 100,000. There was even one particular video that has like really became big, like over, and probably the biggest one in the year 2023, and that was when I was at MomoCon and filmed the Living Tombstones concert. Almost in its entirety. Not in its entirety, but almost. I was 2 songs short because I had to leave early to meet Yaya Han in her Belle cosplay because Belle was my favorite anime film, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm such a weeb. But as I mentioned, and I'm still doing reactions, still, producing. I'm a little bit in like a little bit of a creative, what was that term that Pip used in that one episode?
Creative block.
Yes, and I have videos in the works, but I just don't have the interest to like edit and stuff because I'm just like, still going back. But then it sucks because when I'm doing it, I'm like, oh wait, it's not that bad. But I always forget about that it's actually, I mean, yes, it is time consuming, but it does tend to be, but it is worth it once you finish it in the end. But
Yeah.
then again, it does depend on the response, because there are some videos where I'm like, dang it, I wish this could perform, but you know, the algorithm and everything. But luckily, I gotta say, that Tombstone vid was definitely, I gotta thank the algorithm for that, especially in October, because for those y'all don't remember, that was the time when Five Nights at Freddy's came out, and spoilers, Living Tombstone's song, Five Nights at Freddy's, was in the end credits. So that was really cool. And I guess that explains why, you know, before it was like 5,000 views, but then all of a sudden, the last 3 weeks, it gained like an extra 8,000. I'm like, what the heck? And then when I saw the movie, I'm like, oh.
Hello?
And I also geeked out because Tombstone is the GOAT. But yeah. But now that we got over to our recap, let's now talk about the do's and the don'ts of YouTube. So, to give you guys a quick, you know, get you guys started, in terms of wanting to do what to do on YouTube, like the right things, you want to try to be able to like upload at a consistent rate. And at a bare minimum, you want to try to upload like, you know, either one vid a week, like that's what I recommend, and also as well as YouTube Shorts, since now those have become like a big source, especially in terms of gaining views and gaining subscribers. Like I recommend doing that. Like even if I do have creative block, I do tend to just, you know, film, because as you guys probably remember from opening ceremonies, I am a competitive golfer, and I have this like occasional short series on in YouTube Shorts called Full Swing Friday, where I just film myself, you know, just doing a full swing, whether that be a drive, a chip, or putts, or whatever. I just show off that, and that tends to gain like, you know, 100 views. But if I ever see like double digits, I'm like, yeah, delete, re-upload. I'm deleting and re-uploading it until it, because I know you guys do see it. I know you see it. And yeah, there have even been a couple where I actually did get like a couple thousand. Like when I was I even remember like the first time doing it, it was for when I was recording swings, when I was actually at my sister's wedding in Mexico.
Nice.
Yeah, it was in Cabo, San Lucas, and I remember playing the golf course that was part of the resort that I was staying at, and it was such a pretty course. And I was filming, I was actually ending up filming a couple short, you know, swings there, and that ended up getting like 2,000 views each, like 1.5 to 2,000. So, as I mentioned, you want to be able to, like, at the bare minimum, like post one video. It doesn't even have to be like a long format, it could be a short. You know, I do recommend do it in the shorts horizontal, because if you try to do it like in a video, it's not going to get that much traction, because like I said, people are going to be, you know, I feel like with YouTube, they've become like more like TikTok and stuff. You guys,
Especially with the shorts.
yeah.
Because of TikTok.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
There's
gosh.
this giant thing. Oh, people like these really short videos.
Yeah.
Let's do the
Let's
same
push it.
thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I missed it when at the time when people were more, you know, people were more attached to like long, and that's also the thing. If you're trying to post a video, you want to try to do it in longer time format, like a reaction videos like us and stuff, because that seems to be more like the more attraction, because they're like, oh, 21 minutes, and you know, it's a reaction to, you know, this episode, to this series, you know, whether it be
Okay. Because sometimes I find the opposite is true. Like if I see a video like, oh, I don't know, like I call it focus on videos, where it's like specific analysis videos. It's like, 20 minutes. I don't know if I want to watch that or not.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah.
Yeah. But also another thing you want to do is also to notify the viewers, especially like when you're doing a hiatus. Like that's what I pretty much did. Like when I was like in the middle of somewhat of a hiatus, like I did a May update for my channel, and not only to try to post a try to keep you guys updated for like where my channel status is. But it was also to announce my 1K giveaway, which, by the way, if you guys subscribe to my channel, I am doing a giveaway where, you know, 5 lucky subscribers of my first 1,000 are going to be winning prizes and stuff. I'll be trying to find as many names as possible, and you know, and try to, you know, spin the wheel and everything. Oh, and by the way, in case you guys are wondering, do you have the chance to win multiple prizes? No. And to make things more fair, you know, it's one prize per person. You know, that way, you know, somebody, you know, everybody wins something and stuff. But anyways, but getting back on topic to notifying viewers, you definitely want to try to do, I don't know what, I mean, I would say maybe once every, like, it really depends.
Yeah,
Like,
it just depends on like what content you do, how often you upload, and I mean, if you've already like gotten a pretty consistent schedule down, like one video every week or one video every 2 weeks, like people will tend to like expect it, I guess. So if you need to like, I don't know, you need time to catch up on some stuff, or you got stuff outside of YouTube that you need to deal with, you can always message them through, I think the community channel on YouTube is a good place to do that.
yes.
And, or you could also update people on maybe your social medias, like Instagram, YouTube. Oh, sorry.
Oh God, it's one
There
of
we go, we're
those.
fine.
It's one of those.
I know.
Even the computer's going to sleep. Oh. Unfortunately, I've encountered this problem myself.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like I usually like this con. It's like it's Thursday, so
Yeah.
I can't. It's like, so tell your tale. So so I've tried. Let's say like the first time I recorded it, edited, uploaded it before I left. The last time I recorded it and edited it here and then uploaded it. I said, no, I'm not going to do either, and I'm just going to do it when I come back.
Yeah, it's a better idea, because
Yeah.
So I made a short video. It's like, I'm going to Seaquestria Fest. I'll do the video upon my return.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to notifying viewers, I would say, yeah, the community page for sure, but if no one's like as active, because I feel like, I mean, this has happened to like Obap Scrimmer, like she does post stuff like on the community tab, but it seems to that fact that nobody even bothers to check that out, so she ends up like posting a video. Like I remember one point she had to make like an update video because it's like, apparently you guys didn't see that.
Yeah.
But I would say a best backup would have to be, make a video as well as post on your socials, like Twitter. It's still Twitter. I'm not calling it X. I'm not calling it X. And and Instagram and Discord especially. And then last but not least on dues, follow the R&R rule. I learned this from Obap Scrimmer back at BronyCon 2018 and her YouTube panel, and that is relevance and release. You want to try to be able, if you're going to be a content creator, you got to make sure that you're, you are allowed the freedom to try to be yourself and try to do stuff that is, relative to your life, but my recommendation, if you are trying to be successful, try to make sure that you're doing a piece of content that is like relevant nowadays, relevant topics, like if you're doing reactions, my recommendation would be, check out latest trailers to, to films, or, the newest episode of your favorite animated series that is going on right now, like Aspen Hotel, Hell of a Boss, like that's what I've been doing, and,
Have you been reacting to Digital Circus?
I need to do friggin' digital.
Yeah,
I
because
know.
the second episode just came out.
I know, and I did see it, and I did see my favorite reactor, shout out to Not So Average Fangirl, I saw her reaction to it, and wow, and I even saw Drummershy's reaction when it was going on live, so, yeah, he was doing a live stream reaction on his channel, and I was like, oh wow, and I saw that, I don't want to give spoilers, actually no, I'm not going to
Don't give spoilers.
No,
Don't give spoilers.
No. But yeah, but I really need to check that out. And I also heard there was like a pilot to a new animation series called Ramshackle, I think it's called. I don't know. Yeah.
I'll have to go look at that.
But going back on subject, follow the R&R rule. You want to try to be like relevant and release it like as soon as possible, because most of the time it is gonna work. There are going to be a couple occasions where the algorithm may not play in your favor, because that has happened to me. Like one time I did post a review video to the 2018 Halloween movie, and it was literally like days after it came out, and as of right now, like 6 years later, it still has double digits. And
That'll happen.
Yeah.
There will be videos that you think will do really well, and then they'll just flop. Like, I have a couple speed paints on my channel that I was really proud of the art piece. I was really proud of how I did the whole art process and stuff, and wanted to showcase it to everyone. But I think now it's still sitting at like 30 views, and I posted it almost like a year ago now. So I mean that stuff kind of happens.
Yeah, but at the same time, as long as you just posted it and as long as it's out there, you know, and if it is seen, then just know that at least you achieved that. Because
Yeah.
I remember Dusty Cat once said during a Bronies Rack panel, like, just do it. Like, you know, as long as it's there, then, you know, it is there. You
Yeah.
know? At least you have that achievement goal. You know, I mean, at least you... I'm mixing up my words.
At least it's out there and that people will watch it, and yeah.
Boom. All right, and now moving on to the don'ts of YouTube. So whatever you do, don't take like a long hiatus without notifying people. You know, you want to make sure you're keeping things updated, and you know, like I said, you know, feel free to connect to people on social media and everything. And also, don't be too attached to the negativity in the comments. I mean, unless if it's constructive criticism, you definitely want to have that. But if it's just some troll on the internet,
Just
just
like, don't post it
delete
anymore,
it.
you're a loser. Like, don't listen to them. They're just being,
They're just jerks.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was
It's like
gonna say that
I
word.
call it
Can't say that
destructive
here.
criticism. It's like you're just beating on me and trying to hurt my feelings. That's not helpful.
Yeah, don't let
It's
that
like
kind
jerks.
of
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just go
Don't
back to
let
playing
that-
Minecraft, you damn 12-year-old.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, don't let that get to you.
Yeah.
Definitely don't feed the trolls.
Yeah. I mean, after all, there is a delete selection right there.
You can get rid of
Yeah.
the comment if you don't feel comfortable with those comments
Yeah. Yep.
in your comment section.
Yep.
Totally. I mean, I resist doing that because I don't want to be like, oh, I don't
Yeah,
like your
yeah.
comment, but at the same time, if you're being like
If
bad
it's someone
language and being a
who's-
jerk to me,
Well,
I'm not putting up with it.
Or to other people in the comment section
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Like you don't. Yeah.
I had a person who was beating on Generation 5 just because they hated it. It's like, I'm sorry, I tried
It's your
to...
opinion.
Was
It's
this
like, it's
a
your
G4
opinion.
person? Is it one of those G4 guys?
I'm pretty sure it was.
Oh my
But
gosh.
yeah, it's-
But yeah, you mentioned language. That leads us to our last don't.
Yeah.
Don't break the rules, people.
Yes.
Do not try to post stuff, whether it be comments or videos that are very explicit. I mean, you
Don't
want
do
to
that without tags on that video. And
Exactly, and don't. Yeah.
Be sure to mark those videos not made for kids, because even still, even with some of those videos being marked made for kids, if you're doing My Little Pony content, and this has been a problem for a lot of bigger YouTubers as well. Yeah, where their videos are getting marked as being made for kids, even though there's swear words in them. So like, just yeah.
Yeah. And also,
It's a problem.
Yeah, and also, animation is for everyone.
Not just kids.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And last, one other key, and a couple other key pointers I want to add is, you know, thumbnails. You want to try to be able to like make sure that your thumbnails are, you know, visually appealing, because that's going to be the first thing that people are going to be able to check out before they even click onto the video.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can tell, like all the years that came up to this very day, it was a little bit of a, you know, it was a little bit of a struggle to find like my, you know, I would say my designated or my signature, you know, thumbnail.
Your style.
Yeah, my signature thumbnail. And, you know, I will admit, my recent one, it still probably needs some spark and everything, and because I pretty much make my thumbnails on Keynote. You know, and I try to find just some, you know, cool background on Google and stuff, and try to find the thumbnails to the video and then resize it and then put the title in like this gradient background, and also show my face and stuff.
Yes.
Whereas, you know, in the very first one, I just put the freaking poster of the series or the show, and then just my OC, and then a gradient background. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, that looked pretty. It's not as, you know, it doesn't really tell the story. You want to tell the people what you're actually watching. I mean,
Yes.
sure, basically you are doing that, but at the same time, it's not as great as that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to convince people, click on my video.
Yeah. Well, I must say, the middle
Because
area-
when the search thing's up, there'll be a dozen different reactions that you can click on. You have to convince the audience, click that one.
Yeah, click on mine, click on mine.
Mine, what's
Do
mine,
it.
what's mine?
No, mine. Yeah, and also, but to now go to a different topic. Now let's talk about like monetization, because now that I've earned 1,000 subscribers, I want to tell you guys a little bit something about monetization. And this is actually going to be something that I've actually never heard of from my favorite YouTubers. Like I didn't hear this from like Saber and Race, but apparently that if you actually do end up hitting that goal from 1,000 subs, you don't get paid instantly. You don't get, I mean, your channel will get, you know, eligible for monetization, but the thing is you also have to reach a certain goal in order to get paid fully. You have to.
Yeah, I think one of the goals is a shorts goal. Like you have to gain like 35
$100.
million views on shorts alone, as well as the subscriber goal, just to get access to getting money from it. So
Yeah. And also,
yeah,
and
it's a little
also another thing was that after you do hit all those goals, you also have to reach like you also try to make sure that you're making like $100 in like a threshold and stuff per month. And you know, the best I ever done was like $25, you know, per month. So you want to try to be able to like really like produce content, you know, as much as possible that can really attract people, so that way you can earn that payment and actually get money, you know, get money from YouTube.
But of course, there's also a side of YouTube where, like, if you don't want to monetize your video, you're just doing it for fun. Like, I mean, you don't really have to worry about that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've never tried to monetize, particularly because most of my videos end up getting matched by Hasbro anyway, so it's like...
Yeah, I won't try to monetize my
No,
videos at all,
no.
just because of how much of a hassle it will be, and
Yeah.
I don't want it to become a 9-to-5 job. It's just a
No.
hobby that I like to do. But for other people, it's something that they want to do for like monetization and stuff, to gain money from doing that kind of content. So I mean, if you want to do that, I say go for it. I mean, if you don't, go for it anyways.
Yeah, it's totally up to you. If you want to treat, you know, if you want to treat it like either a part-time or a full-time thing, or as a hobby, it's entirely up to you guys.
Yeah.
But now that we got our 101 a little bit out of the way, before we head into Q&A, who here would like to see some, you know, sneak peeks of some future content coming out? Well, well, I'm happy to tell you that I'm currently in production for my 1K subspecial video, and I am happy to tell you it is going to be in an animatic style react, and my OC Harmonight will be playing a main role in it. And
that's awesome.
let's just say that the video I'm going to be reacting to is going to be something one for all, both fans of G4 and G5.
Let's see if the audio works.
Yes.
It is I, the Harmonight, the one who takes flight, shines bright, and loves to sing out in the moonlight. And for this spectacular special, we are actually going to be doing something quite different. We are going to do a react to a review of one of my favorite episodes of Friendship is Magic, Luna Eclipsed. Now, what's interesting about this particular review is the pony behind it.
Oh?
From G5 reacting to audio drama voice acting, this creative cult has certainly been making a name for themselves in the MLP fandom. I'm talking about the one, the only, my fellow Friendship is Tragic comrade and the good kind of FCC, Frolin Cortez Colt.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh my gosh, I cannot tell you how excited I am to finally get the chance to react to Frolin on my channel. From the editing to the visuals,
I can't make thumbnails like
their
that.
content creators are truly extraordinary. And they're not just a great content creator, but they're also an amazing person. I had the opportunity to meet them ever since I first joined Friendship is Tragic 2, and I'm not gonna lie, they are quite the cult. You didn't hear anything from me. Don't I say let's get our spooky special started, shall we? Okay, so with that, let's and start the...
Hello, Harmonites!
Oh my gosh, Frolin? What are you doing here?
If you want to see the rest of that, it will be posted later on. Maybe, I would say, at the latest, it's going to be posted during month of Macabre 2024, because it is going to be a reaction to Luna Eclipse, and of course...
Macabre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, And of course, it wouldn't be a Halloween React without it being posted on Halloween. So be sure to stay tuned to that. And with that, I say let's get down to Q&A.
Okay, let's get back to this one.
Yes.
Why are you making a Windows noise at me?
That's what Windows does.
I pressed the key one time and it doesn't like it. It's just like, no.
All right, so does anybody have any questions for us? It doesn't have to be. All right, you in the back.
Awesome. Yeah, so I also have a YouTube channel. I have maybe like 550 subscribers.
Nice.
Good.
So one of the things that I've been sort of always doing with my videos is making sure that the thumbnail is particularly screen capped from, anywhere where it's actually visible in the video itself. Because this one time I had one comment that was like, oh, your thumbnail is so clickbaity and it's ridiculous. And I was actually able to go in there and find the exact frame and respond to the comment and say, go to this frame and you'll see the thumbnail. So I'm just wondering, how important is it that you keep the thumbnail exactly what you see in the video versus just, assuming you're keeping it relevant, going into, like paint.net or Photoshop or something and just building it up to some crazy, exciting thumbnail that isn't what you're going to see in the video, but is still relevant.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of do sort of a hybrid in that usually almost all like I think what the person's complaining about is like, oh, you took a picture of yourself just going, oh, and you just use it over and over and over again. That I think is bad because that's.
It's reusing something from a video that, I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to be reused, because if that's not like an accurate reaction to what you're doing, like don't, I mean, yeah, you want to keep like your thumbnail relevant to what you're doing because that'll help draw people into what you have created as that video.
Like
so, I mean,
Yeah.
I almost do like a hybrid in that I'll go through and I'll find a good expression. It may not necessarily be at that exact moment. So like I'll take a picture of myself with a good expression, then I'll pair it with kind of, like the show, whatever. So it's still a shot of me in the actual video. It's just perhaps not exactly at that exact moment.
I don't really have anything to add to that. I don't do it like I don't do face cam reactions. My reactions are just drawing of my character and just the audio with the video playing on like a TV screen that I drew up. So I can't really add anything to that. But yeah, I mean, keeping like your thumbnails relevant to what you're creating is it is important.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out an answer for that. So you're asking for like, are you trying to like ask for like your thumbnail being like, try to, like, is it like about the visual appeal or?
It's like screen cap versus something that's relevant about the video.
Oh, okay, so you want like
an edited screen cap.
So like a versus between the two?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, do you need to stick to an actual screen cap that you can, point to at the time? Or is it all right to kind of like build something up that kind of represents what you're
I mean, I don't know if I can answer that because, like I said, I tend to be like more of a build-up, but I guess it really depends on how the people will be able to like really see the video and make sure that it's like appealing enough so that you'll be able to like grab the viewers' attention and everything. So
I think it also depends on like what kind of content that you're creating as well. Like, if it's like I don't know, say a PMV, one of my later PMVs, I ended up taking a screen cap from the suggested screen caps for the thumbnail on YouTube Studio, and I mean it's worked. It really just depends on like what you're doing.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions? It doesn't have to be YouTube related. It can also just be in general.
Or individual questions for each of us and like what we do.
Yeah. There we go.
My question is about You guys ever had any issues when you're making your videos or when you're saying your lines, like flip your lines or
Oh, dang. That has been a huge struggle for me. Trust me. I can't tell you the amount of takes it takes me to get through an intro.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, like just get through an intro for a reaction. Like there have been occasions where I probably had like, I don't know, like a 2 or 3 hour session to myself, in my dorm and everything. And I just remember just trying to repeat it and there's even been occasions where I improv and be like, and try to like add onto it. Like I separate clips and stuff. There have been a couple occasions on that, but yeah, that tends to be such a big struggle, like flubbing. And just when you thought it was like just when you thought voice actors can't words, I mean us reactors as well.
Yeah. It's
We
like
really can't
editing is magic.
Oh my god.
Editing is magic.
It's like I will fix that in editing.
And then when you get down to the outro, it's like, wait, what do I say here after this? It's hard to even tell. It's hard to do even a freaking feedback or a follow-up. Oh my gosh! After I'm just like, and then I just improvise the crud out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason why the voice actors take 4 hours to do one 22-minute episode.
It's worth it though. It is worth it.
Oh yes, it is.
But yeah, thank you for your question.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else? Bueller?
Crickets.
The silence is deafening.
Back in the back.
Yeah. So what do you do to break out of a loop where your channel basically sits at the same subscriber level, plus or minus, maybe 30 or 40 over the course of a year?
All right, I could probably answer this one. I was stuck at like 910 subscribers for a good 10 months. It wasn't until I posted my casting call for my audio drama that viewership started to skyrocket, and I gained more subscribers. So I mean, it's another subjective question. It just depends on like what you want to do and pair that with what is popular, I guess. If you're looking for views, if you're looking for subscribers, I mean, the algorithm, it's very complicated. So it's hard to pinpoint like when, excuse me, my brain just blanked. It's hard to pinpoint like what, my brain's still blanking, can you finish this for me?
It's difficult to when that happens. It's like it just seems to be like this moment where it's just like all of a sudden you hit like that peak and just like now you get views, now you get subscribers. It just seems to just happen.
Yeah, sometimes it just happens on a whim. Like sometimes you don't even realize that a video would get that much views and then it just skyrockets. That happened with my most viewed. I think I don't know what it's approaching now because I haven't actually looked at it. Last time I looked at it, it was at 282,000 views and it was a PMV that I posted. And it's the only video that is consistently getting views on my channel. Others are like in the hundreds. I have a couple other videos that are in the thousands now, but I mean, yeah. It's just, sometimes it's just up to the fate of the algorithm.
Sometimes I find networking is sometimes good, meaning go into someone else's channel or something and leave a nice comment. Don't just be like, hey, subscribe to my channel. I consider that rude. But say something nice about their video or whatever, and then say, hey, I do reaction videos or analysis videos, whatever. If you're interested, go check out my channel.
Oh yeah, that's another thing that's also changed. I've started branching out to other creators because of my audio drama, I've gotten like a bunch of people who want to do like voice acting and art for it. But along with that, I've gained a lot of friends in this fandom now. And along with that, like you can just help out other people with their channels. You could do collabs and stuff for like say song covers. I know there's a song cover that I'm on that was for the gala. For like the At the Gala song, I was only like in the crowd, and yet that video has got, I don't actually remember now, but it's gotten a decent amount of views now, which is, yeah. So, yeah, branching out to other people and creators and stuff helps get your image out there as well. But obviously, do it in a nice way. Don't be disruptive. It doesn't help anyone.
No, definitely don't be disruptive.
Yeah.
I had to call my fans out on someone else's channel because they were beating on. It's like,
Oh.
don't beat
Wait,
on them.
was this Roland? Was this Roland?
I think so, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I have short-term memory when it comes to these things.
Yeah, I think because I remember seeing their tweets about it, and I was just like, oh no,
Please no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we got a question in the back.
Yep.
When it comes to like networking with other creators in the niche, where is the best place to do it? Is it like an in-person conventions, or is it better online, Discord groups, Twitter, whatever, to interact with other creators?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I would probably have to say if you're trying to get network and collab and stuff, I would definitely recommend like social media and everything. It's also especially I would also say Discord as well. Like Discord is also a good place. Like especially if you are currently in a project, because then there's going to be like or part of a server like.
Yeah.
If you're in a voice acting server, like I remember, I'm currently like in an audio drama server where it features people like Scribbler, Magpie, and Loss, and all these other even smaller content creators, and they tend to self-promote casting calls and everything. And this even happened, and when I actually joined Friendship is Tragic, I was on their server, and I had the opportunity to, and whenever Scribbler, that was actually the place where Scribbler asked people like, hey, who wants to do a collaboration with me, or who wants to do this role for this short, comic dub and stuff. And I was able to like do a couple of these comic dubs for OBAP Scribbler, as well as these fanfic readings, and also a couple of them I still need to record. Sorry, Scribbler. Yeah, patience is virtue. But yeah, I recommend Discord especially, and also social media, especially YouTube. Like I continue, following the YouTube.
And that's completely okay.
Yeah.
YouTube is sometimes a very scary place.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a reason the comment section is disabled on all the Tell Your Tale videos.
Yeah. It's because it's made for kids. But I would recommend Discord, and there's even I don't know if you're into voice acting, but I also recommend, there's this website I think called castingcall.club.
Casting Call Club is a great place to find different projects, not just My Little Pony, but anything,
Yes.
where you can find projects that are looking for voice actors. I think some of them on there also look for artists and stuff too, because I think didn't Friendship is Tragic have like something recently where they also post on Casting Call Club, or was that a different thing?
I think it was a different thing. I don't
Okay.
remember. Yeah, I would have to ask Scribbler about that.
It might have been something for like Newscript or something, because I just don't remember. But
Yeah. It's probably
yeah.
loose. But anyway, we got less than we have just less than.
We're out of time.
Yeah, just less than 10 minutes. So, anybody have any other questions? I feel like you kind of have one, but I don't think you do.
Chirp, chirp, chirp.
You can repeat one. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I am a Brony. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want from that?
Depends.
Yeah, it really depends on the person, because for me, I don't really care.
It depends. For me, it depends. I mean, unfortunately, I don't get a lot of comments. So if I
Yeah,
leave,
I haven't gotten a lot
if
of
I,
comments
so
recently.
I see
So.
really. I mean, it depends. Like, it's like, oh, you're a jerk or something, or you're stupid. Okay, fine.
That's your
But if
opinion
you're,
of me.
but if you're like
But
going
that's
into
not true.
curse words and doing all, it's like, no, I'm not putting up with this. Goodbye.
Delete.
Yeah, if
Yes.
it's something that's like offensive to
Yeah, if it's...
Sorry. If it's offensive to like you or other people in like the comment section and it creates a little bit of toxicity or tension,
Yeah.
I mean, delete the comment. It's not worth
No.
trying to argue with someone over something that's like that sometimes. Other times it's like, you can, but
Yeah. Again, like I have to go back to the situation with what was the G5 anti-Brody. It's actually a Brody, where it's like, this person was actually trying to get me to dump MOP because they hated G5 so much. And when I realized that, I was really ticked off at that. So it's like, again, my policy on this is like, if it's just one person, again, I don't get a lot of comments and stuff, so I can moderate it. If you get like thousands of comments, that gets a lot harder.
Yeah.
But it's like,
That will
I
get
try to be,
harder.
I try to talk it out with them, I try to be nice to them, but if, and it
If
was,
logic doesn't work, then
then it's,
anything might not, then other things might not work in that sense. Because some people are pretty stubborn.
yeah,
So-
because it's like, the policy is I try to talk it out with them, then it's a warning shot across the bow, then every weapon to the magazine, which means block. I hate blocking people. I feel like that's like the last thing I should do. But this person is
you could use it as
disrupting.
like the last resort.
This
Unless
person,
they're a bot.
Yeah, but this person was ruining this for me and my subscribers. I'm not putting up with it. I tried to talk it out with them, they ignored me. So click the buy.
Yep.
Yeah.
You want to beat on G5, you can do it somewhere else. You're not doing it here.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, another thing that's just a part, yeah, I think that's what we've been saying. A lot of this stuff, it just depends on like the person and what like kind of content that you're doing and how you personally like to deal with those kind of comments in your comment section. Like if you want it to be a friendly space, then like try to promote that. But if something does happen, and like inevitably it will, something will happen like that, don't try to take their comments to heart.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time it's trolling, but sometimes they are like, they're just a jerk to be a jerk and like to gain attention and stuff. So, I mean, yeah, just don't take their comments to heart. Like if they're saying something that's not true to you, don't listen to it. Because, I mean, they have an opinion of you that's not true. Because they don't know you. It's the internet. We don't really know anyone on the internet.
It took me a while for me to realize this, but it is your channel and your rules. Which means sometimes you have to moderate it, you have to handle it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again, it depends. If it's just like, I don't like your videos, I think they're stupid, all right, fine. But if they're really just beating on you and doing really bad things, then you have to do something about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think are we out of time?
No, I think we have like 2 minutes.
Yeah, we have 2
2 minutes, so we have time for maybe one, maybe two questions, but probably
One
most
more
likely one.
question.
So, what do you got?
We can always add a couple minutes too. I don't think no one has any questions. Any last minute questions?
I know you're there, Bueller. I feel like you're tempted. I feel.
Fall to that temptation.
There we go.
All right.
How well do you think, how well does custom convention t-shirts work? That is my question.
That's a convention t-shirt.
Like putting them in thumbnail, like you wearing them for videos, like reaction videos and stuff, or
This.
Oh,
Oh, that's cool.
That's so cool. Yes,
that's really cool.
that is so cool. Man, I wish. I wish.
That's awesome.
You want to know something? I've been dying. Oh my! This has been a reigning thought in my head, but I have been dying for there to be like a cast and crew T-shirt for like the Friendship is Tragic crew.
That'd
I
be
would love to go.
cool.
Like seriously. In fact, one of the events.
Wait,
I
do
mean,
it
one
in
of our
the
events.
audio track.
I mean, in fact, Sabbath Lion, who is known to creating the title art for that production. I mean, he's one of the vendors, so I might as well probably try to ask him. You know.
you gave me a good idea. I want to try to use that idea for my
Same.
audio drama. If it gets to that point where it's like a big thing, I don't know if it'll actually do that. That's. But. I mean, it
it's
might.
working right now.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's allowing me to, yeah, seriously. I mean, just looking at that, it makes me, I am intrigued and want to know, like, what do you guys do? So, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
All right.
I don't know if I think I don't fully understand this, but it's like, having a shirt or something that's unique or special to you, like I wear this shirt, this is obviously my cutie mark, I wear this shirt in every video I do pretty much, so it's like a trademark, so that definitely can help in some ways, but.
Self-promotion.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
person.
It's like,
Yeah.
All right. I think we're out of time.
Yep,
but-
I think we're wrapping up. So thank you guys for coming down to the Content Creating Workhorses panel. I'll be hosting Sports Bronies and the Blue Appreciation panel tomorrow, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Seaquestria Fest weekend.
Come to my audio drama production video. It starts in 30 minutes.
I'm doing the lessons of hardship.
Thank you, everyone.
Probably 15 minutes or something.
We're good.